Just 88 kilometers separate the United States and Russia across the icy waters of the Bering Strait, where temperatures can plummet to minus 45 degrees Celsius and sunlight varies dramatically, with 24 hours of daylight in summer and almost complete darkness in winter. This hostile environment might seem an unlikely sight for human connection, but visionaries have dreamed of bridging this gap for centuries, and today we're going to explore just how feasible it really is. The idea has sparked fascination and controversy, from the natural land bridge of Beringia that existed over 20,000 years ago to modern proposals of tunnels and hyperloops. A project of this scale could cost over $100 billion, revolutionize trade, and link continents like never before. But is it even possible? And at what cost to nature and global relations? The evolution of the Russia-America land link. Over 20,000 years ago, during the Ice Age, a natural land bridge known as Beringia connected Asia and North America. Stretching over 1,600 kilometers wide, this frozen corridor enabled early humans to migrate across continents, shaping the genetic and cultural heritage of populations on both sides. As the Ice Age ended and sea levels rose, Beringia disappeared beneath the waves, leaving behind the Bering Strait, an 89-kilometer expanse separating Russia and Alaska. Fast forward to the 19th century, when visionaries began imagining a modern connection across the strait. In 1890, William Gilpin proposed the Cosmopolitan Railway, a global rail network linking continents, with the Bering Strait serving as a critical juncture. In the early 20th century, Joseph Strauss, the engineer who later designed the Golden Gate Bridge, suggested a rail bridge spanning the strait. These early dreams laid the foundation for modern ambitions to reconnect the continents. In 1958, during the Cold War, a groundbreaking proposal emerged: a transcontinental tunnel that would transport oil, goods, and passengers between the US and the Soviet Union. This vision represented a rare moment of collaboration during a time of intense rivalry. Though political tensions ultimately shelved the idea, momentum resurfaced in 2007 when Russian officials unveiled plans for the TCAM World Link, a $65 billion project to construct a 103-kilometer tunnel under the Bering Strait. This ambitious proposal, backed by Russian railways and other organizations, aimed to surpass the Channel Tunnel's 50-kilometer length, becoming the world's longest underwater tunnel. The plan included high-speed rail lines, pipelines, and fiber optic cables, promising an economic and logistical revolution. Yet, the challenges are monumental. The Bering Strait's shallow waters are prone to seismic activity from the Pacific Ring of Fire, and Arctic conditions bring ice flows over 3 meters thick, threatening any structure. To counter these hazards, engineers proposed earthquake-resistant tunnels made of reinforced concrete with flexible joints to absorb shocks. Some designs included a parallel service tunnel for maintenance and emergency access. Economic opportunities. While the engineering challenges are immense, the economic opportunities that could arise from such a project are equally significant. The numbers are staggering. A project of this magnitude could surpass $200 billion when factoring in construction, maintenance, and supporting infrastructure. Yet advocates believe the long-term economic ripple effects could justify the investment. This isn't a bold engineering feat. It's a potential game-changer for global trade, energy distribution, and tourism. For trade, the advantages are immense. Shipping goods across the Pacific Ocean by sea takes weeks. An overland route through the Bering Strait could slash delivery times to mere days, boosting efficiency in industries reliant on in-time logistics. Freight trains running beneath the strait could carry thousands of tons of goods daily, transforming global supply chains. Energy pipelines could also tap into vast markets. Natural gas and oil could flow directly between Russia and the US, bypassing politically fraught sea routes like the South China Sea. This would reduce energy costs and stabilize supply for both continents, unlocking previously inaccessible Arctic resources. The construction phase itself could create over 100,000 jobs, from engineers to welders, and generate demand for materials like steel and concrete. Arctic communities, often marginalized and underdeveloped, could benefit from improved infrastructure, new economic opportunities, and increased access to global markets. Additionally, tourism could see a dramatic boost. A transcontinental train or hyperloop journey through the Arctic could become a bucket list adventure, drawing visitors and stimulating local economies along the route. Geopolitical challenges. Not all obstacles are made of ice and rock. The political challenges are as formidable as the engineering ones. Russia and the United States have a complicated history, marked by decades of rivalry and mistrust. Diplomatic relations between these nations are fraught with disputes over military posturing, cybersecurity, and economic sanctions. Building a bridge or tunnel would require an unprecedented level of cooperation and mutual trust, something that's been elusive for generations. Advocates of the project argue it could serve as a global symbol of reconciliation. Often referred to as the Intercontinental Peace Bridge, it represents an opportunity to shift from adversarial relations to collaborative efforts. By joining forces on such an ambitious initiative, both nations could foster improved dialogue and demonstrate shared commitment to advancing humanity. However, critics counter that this project could create new vulnerabilities. A physical link between the two superpowers might become a strategic liability, enabling surveillance or military incursions. Concerns about sovereignty and security could derail negotiations before they even begin. Adding to the challenge is the ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine, which has drastically escalated geopolitical tensions. This conflict has further isolated Russia on the international stage, leading to severe sanctions and deteriorating relations with Western nations, including the United States. In this environment, the idea of cooperative infrastructure development seems more like a distant dream than a feasible reality. Trust between the nations is at an all-time low, and even entertaining the notion of collaboration could spark significant backlash on both sides. Meanwhile, China's interest in participating complicates the equation further. Beijing has proposed incorporating the project into its ambitious Belt and Road Initiative, which aims to connect Asia, Europe, and Africa. Expanding this initiative to North America could amplify China's global influence, an outcome that might alarm U.S. policymakers. Balancing these geopolitical tensions while navigating the repercussions of the Ukraine war and securing international cooperation may prove to be an even greater challenge than conquering the icy depths of the Bering Strait. Environmental concerns. Even with the political will and engineering expertise, the environmental stakes are enormous. The Bering Strait is a vital ecological corridor, home to some of the planet's most fragile ecosystems. A massive construction project could disrupt delicate balances and have cascading consequences. This region serves as a migratory highway for endangered species like bowhead whales, walruses, and millions of seabirds. Construction noise, increased ship traffic, and habitat alteration could disturb breeding and feeding patterns, pushing some species to the brink of extinction. Noise pollution, in particular, could severely affect marine mammals that rely on echolocation. Additionally, the Arctic is already warming at nearly 4 times the global average, leading to rapid permafrost thaw. A project of this scale risks accelerating this process. Construction could disturb vast permafrost deposits, releasing stored greenhouse gases like methane and carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, potentially exacerbating climate change. Runoff from construction materials and fuel leaks could also contaminate the strait's pristine waters, harming aquatic ecosystems and indigenous communities who depend on these resources. Mitigation strategies, such as eco-friendly construction techniques and stringent environmental regulations, would be critical to reduce the project's ecological footprint. Innovations. If humanity decides to take on this colossal task, it will require cutting-edge technology and unparalleled innovation. The Channel Tunnel, which links England and France, offers a blueprint for success, showcasing solutions for seismic activity, water pressure, and cross-border collaboration. Engineers would need to scale up these strategies while addressing Arctic-specific challenges like ice flows and permafrost. Some envision bypassing traditional trains with Hyperloop technology, sealed vacuum tubes that could carry passengers and freight at speeds exceeding 965 kilometers per hour, minimizing travel time. Additionally, robotics and artificial intelligence could revolutionize construction. Autonomous drones would map the seabed with unparalleled precision, while AI-driven machinery could handle excavation and structural assembly, ensuring safety and efficiency under harsh Arctic conditions. Specialized materials, such as reinforced alloys and anti-corrosive coatings, might also be essential for durability in extreme temperatures. These advancements could make the impossible a reality. Cultural impacts. What's at stake here isn't only a physical connection, it's a symbolic one. Linking Russia and America could have profound cultural and social impacts, opening doors to unprecedented interactions between these nations. A transcontinental train ride from New York to Moscow, traversing breathtaking Arctic landscapes, could redefine adventure travel and boost global tourism. Beyond tourism, this link could reunite indigenous communities like the Chukchi in Russia and Alaska natives, who share deep ancestral ties. Renewed connections could foster cultural exchanges, preserve endangered traditions, and revitalize languages that risk extinction, bringing long-separated families closer together. Could Russia and America truly be linked by land? The idea isn't as far-fetched as it sounds, but it's also fraught with challenges. From billion-dollar price tags to geopolitical tensions, this project would test the limits of human ingenuity and cooperation. Still, the possibility is tantalizing. A bridge or tunnel across the Bering Strait could reshape the world as we know it, turning a frozen frontier into a bustling corridor of trade, culture, and connection. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more.